Where to engage because hi there, I'm Liz. There's Nicole. Wave, Nicole.
Hi.
And our session is self service virtual engagement ideas that you can do yourself when running an online event. So, this is the cheap and free way when somebody says, we just need to add some engagement in, or I need you to host and throw some little interstitial fun. We need an icebreaker. We need some things. So, we thought that we could maybe play a couple of games, and then if you guys have seen some things that have worked really well, we'll keep track of it and make a list of some of the ones that have happened.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, here's the first game that we're going to play, and you may know this game from your game room closet, and it's called Balderdash. Does
Oh,
anyone
yeah.
heard of Balderdash?
I remember it. I don't remember how to play it.
I
Same.
remember.
So this is all about your confidence in something. I'm going to put a word in the chat. You may or may not know what this word means and know its definition, but when I call on you, you must give me a definition of this word with extreme confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is going to vote on which definition is the right definition for this word? So, for example, your first word that I'm putting in the chat is anfractuous. Jen, what does anfractuous mean?
Anfractuous means a shape that is broken up into multiple pieces.
Ooh, good
Whoa.
one.
Good.
What does anfractuous mean?
Did you ask?
Tanya. Yeah, you.
That is a type of bone that actually can't break.
Ooh, very good. All right.
Okay.
The rest of you, who has the correct definition? Who was most
Ooh.
confident in their delivery?
Jen.
I would say Jen answered faster, but I was more sure of Tanya's answer. So now I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very good. The correct definition is winding or circuitous.
Wow.
Huh.
Not have ever guessed that.
But Jen,
So-
you totally looked like you knew what you were talking about, for sure.
So
That's
it was really fun to play that game when we had to do a strategic planning session for people who needed to make quick decisions. It was part of the thing was we're going to need you to be quick. We put stuff up here, and so playing games like that gets people thinking and confident and making decisions quickly was the icebreaker that we brought into play on that one.
Yep.
How about Nicole? Do you want to run a quick game of Pictionary using
Yes.
the whiteboard?
Yes. Okay. Wait. Maybe. Mine is not on here.
Okay, so Corinne, I am going to private chat you a word,
Okay.
and can you, if you click annotate, you can draw. Actually, why don't we just do it this way? I want you to share your screen and share your whiteboard. That way, there's no delay, and I will private message you. Let's see. Okay, here we go. You're gonna love me for this, by the way.
Uh-oh.
I forgot it's under share screen. Never mind. Good.
Oh. Where did I go?
Can you see your chat up at the top where it says more? If you click on that, then you'll see chat up there.
I've never gone that way. Oh, and it's orange. Okay.
All right, and we have to guess what Corinne's drawing. Now, when we run this as a team building, sometimes we will create breakout rooms, put the two groups in breakout rooms, and say, you guys need to pick a team name and pick your first artist. And then you give them like 90 seconds to do that. You bring them all back into the main room and have them rename themselves their team name, but have their name too so that you can call on people and you know who's doing it. And then you'll private message the first artist their word, like I did with Corinne. And Corinne, you can start drawing.
Okay. This is kind of cool. I've never drawn on the whiteboard.
Sparkle.
Shouldn't we be drinking
Where?
or something?
Honey. Stop sign. Four-way stop. Four-way stop.
Stick figure.
Man, woman, dancing.
Event planner.
Oh crap.
Oh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Rating on this show.
Exotic dancer.
Body part. Groin.
Asian.
Horseback riding.
Kidney. Groin.
Ice skating.
Oh, this is hard.
Athlete.
And time is up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Statue of David.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God.
There you
That's
go.
funny.
I think the hair sells it.
Fantastic. All right, so again, Pictionary free, right? You just make up some words, you do some fun things. Here is another one that we enjoy. There's a website called jigsawpuzzles.io, and you can create a free account with Facebook or whatever, and you can create a puzzle and send out the link. And let's see, I don't know if this one's gonna let me. It just destroyed the puzzle. Did you all get back in it?
We need to click on that link.
Yeah. Let's. Although weirdly, I must have done.
Yeah, it's bringing you to like a homepage, not the game.
Yeah. Hold please. Hold please. We do.
Oh.
Don't worry. I love it when there's another game when she's pulling up that one, and you give somebody the word that they need to enunciate on mute, and they have to guess what they're saying.
Why don't you do that one while I get our puzzle set up?
Okay. Yes. All right. Then I'm going to send a word to Natalie in the chat, and you have to go on mute, and you can say the word, and we have to guess what you're saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Speaker view. Oh no, she's on mute. She's not speaking.
Okay.
All right.
I might have spelled that wrong, but you know what I mean.
We have to
Okay,
read
go.
Natalie's lips.
Say again.
Corrine, you might want to spotlight her so everyone can see her.
Okay.
Please.
Huh? Do it again.
Flamboyant.
Yeah!
Yay! Made up for a statue of David.
Good job.
Who guessed that?
I did, Corinne.
Oh, I love those the lip sync videos that they do with sports and athletes.
Oh, those are hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah.
the challenges.
The
Lip
bad lip syncing.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
that's
those are so funny.
I love over the football players. We were like, "What did you eat last night?" I'd be like, too much spaghetti." Like, it's just like.
My favorite when you're playing that game is to have someone say the word olive juice because it looks like I love you. And it's hilarious when you have a mixed crowd and they're like, okay, I got my jigsaw puzzle set up. So click on the new link I just put in chat and it's going to take you over to a puzzle. And I will share so that the people viewing this recording can see what we're doing. So this is a free tool. They changed the way it works, so it wasn't quite as easy for me to get to this. But once you get in there, nice and easy to create a puzzle. You can do 35 pieces up to like several thousand pieces, which is crazy. But if you're into jigsaw puzzles and want to play remotely, you can. All you do is use your mouse to grab a piece, and as you get them close together to where they're supposed to go, they snap into place.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Okay.
yay.
Okay, Liz, just FYI, I have limited myself to 2 puzzles a week on the weekend. This thing is addictive, everybody, just FYI.
Really?
That's funny, Kelly.
Should we
At
all
the top,
be
you
able
can
to
click
do
the
this right
preview
now, or are you
button.
just doing this yourself?
Say that again.
I can't pull any puzzle pieces. Are you the only one able to do this right now?
No. You can get in there and pull. If you click the link and opened it in your browser. If you're just looking at my share screen, then
No,
you're
I
just,
did it. I clicked the link.
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah.
Too. It's not working.
Try a different browser. Liz, can you drop the link in? I just came in. Can you drop the link in?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hey, Kelly girl.
Yes. Hey, Nicole.
Sorry for my screen share. I just
Oh, that's what. I somehow went back to Zoom. That's why.
How do you rotate the piece or you cannot?
You can't and you don't need to. You just need to find its proper.
Oh.
That one's hard.
It's like, I thought that went there. Oh, cool. Oh, this is really fun. I don't like regular puzzles very much.
Ooh, that was a big piece somebody put in there.
Yeah. I don't know if Liz mentioned this, but you can upload your own image. That's the part I love.
Ah.
If you want to go to the beach, you can upload that image and you can decide on how hard you want it to be. And you can also click a button that says rotate pieces. I haven't gone there yet. I'm not that good.
Oh, dang.
Oh, we're so close.
I'm terrible at this.
Is there a recording of this going to just be like 6 people with their noses up against their computer screens?
So fair. Is this timed?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, drop it in. Drop it in.
Yes.
Hey, well, that was fun.
I love it.
Cute.
Wow.
That's so satisfying.
Good.
It really
What I want to know is I haven't seen that special effect yet where it celebrates at the end. How did you enable that?
I didn't enable it. It's always happened every time I've played on this one. So
Okay.
without it, I think it would be quite a letdown. I'm very glad it's there.
Okay, cool.
Well, that's fun.
Have you guys experienced any other games or fun interacting stuff that you've done?
Yeah.
I've done pickles, that pickles.com.
Ooh, tell me about that one.
Well, everybody draws on it. And then you can show, if you share the screen, you can see everybody's drawing. It doesn't tell you who's drawing which one. So that's been fun because you can do it on a theme.
I'll have to look that one up. There's one called scribble.io, which since we just played Pictionary, we won't play this one, but I'll drop it in the chat. That is a Pictionary game that you can create a private game and have people come in.
Mm-hmm.
I have we do a lot of never have I ever, and I have a paddle, it says I have and I have not. It fell behind my desk. I was trying to get to it, but my arms aren't long enough.
We love that game.
But to do that one that one works in a scaled audience. So if you have hundreds of people, you can have them type it into the chat and just like never have I ever gone bungee jumping or never have I ever, and you can make it relevant to the content, or you can just gets people like knowing that they're gonna have to interact with you. But with the paddles, if we'll do a pre-event experience kit, then you can send the physical paddle and have them all hold it up, and then that makes them turn their camera on, which is super awesome.
We've also done stretch breaks, which just in your chair. So if we send an experience kit, then it might have the band like Liz has. And we have somebody lead them just through a 5-minute, like everybody stretch all the way up. And it's really great. And you always have it by your desk, or you could do it without the band. And so that's really cool as well. But just those little 5-minute things before you take a break, or, as people come back or whatever, is really fun.
Actually, that's a good idea because I was using that band on my legs as I worked, but I can see Liz has made a different exercise out of that.
Yeah.
Our yoga person, it's waist up yoga, right? So you just kind of let's move those arms for a second, and she'll just do a quick little 5-minute thing. And it's my favorite part of every event we do, I swear.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a yoga person on staff like to do that?
We actually do. Like, she's not a yoga person, but she's one of our event managers who happens to be a certified yoga instructor. So
Awesome.
It's so perfect. We're like, need you for 5 minutes, pop on.
That is cool.
So I played Jackbox games. It was a while back though. It's probably a good in COVID, these little months, they go by quick, but they seem like years. So it's probably like 5 months ago. And I thought it was funny. It was a bit glitchy, but I put the link inside of the chat. I also put the link to that other puzzle, the one that I was talking about, Jigsaw Puzzle Planet.
Okay. Super. Love that. What else? Any other fun ones?
What about the one Liz and Nicole from the conference? What was that one named? The one that was the vendor at the conference, the one that was almost equally as popular as you all. And it was a game set. And it was previously like a software for gamers. And then they were pivoting it to corporate events.
Oh, was it the one where you get closer and they talk louder, the Gary's? Is that
it could have been that one. I know that I attended one conference in Kiku where it's the same setup that you have in your Kiku. And the guy from Kiku was on it. It was Code for America's conference, and they set up a beach. So the little dots could travel around and they could get in the water, and that was pretty cool too.
Spatial chat is what that one is.
Spatial chat, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. We did the most fun with a group that they wanted to do some group engagement, and we taught a class on leading without authority because some of them were kind of new and unsure themselves. So we did this little pre-class video of leading without authority and then assigned them a job. So there were 16 people. We created 4 challenges that each of the 4 kind of groups got. Nobody knew what challenge each of them had. And so it was like, you have to go into the spatial chat and advocate for taking a virtual adventure. You have to go into the spatial chat and advocate for having a culinary adventure. You have to go in and advocate for an animal adventure, and you have to advocate for a water adventure. And then I monetized it by saying, by the way, you 4, if any of you get it, you get a $25 Grubhub gift card. And you 4, if any of you get it, you get to give someone a $25 gift card. But nobody knew what they were advocating for, and nobody knew that they were being incentivized in any way. We put them in spatial chat, all 16 of them, and they had to network around and try to convince the other people to join their team. So it was about using their persuasive powers of authority now to just form united fronts and get everybody to come to us at the end and pitch to us the one that everyone was going to do. And then we had 24 hours to work with our teams all over the world to create one of those adventures for their closing session, whatever the winning one ended up being.
Oh, that's really cool.
And it was hilarious because they could not get a unified, like nobody won. They're all like, if you want to come into the forest and pick up trash with the, Sasquatch and
they were like making up their own stuff. It was
Then they started like negotiating. He's like, listen, why don't you want to save animals? Great. We can save animals in the forest together. It was hilarious.
I love that.
So because no one won, we still created a virtual adventure. We worked with one of our partners in Ireland to create something that had all 4 elements. So everybody got their little adventure piece, and that was our little team building. But spatial chat's fun because as you get closer, people get louder. And as you get farther and farther away, they get quieter. So it's a really cool navigating tool.
Yeah. I think that is the closest that we get, that in an avatar, to the actual live experience. Because it's like walking down the hallway and catching a conversation, but keep on going.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fun.
My son plays this game called Among Us. Have you guys heard of that one?
Oh yeah, I play it with my son sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you?
Big with the kids. Yes.
So similar to that getting close together, they've now added voice. So you're supposed to play it like without voice, and you guys can back channel and have your own thing with your team. But now as players get closer, you can listen in on other people's conversation. So the whole idea is you've got your team in there, and there's one person that's an imposter, and they're trying to sabotage your team from winning. And they go around killing other people, and you have to figure out. It's kind of like Clue, a digital version of that. But now with the proximity sound, it's really cool. Ooh, bingo! My free bingo cards.
Oh. Love bingo.
That.
I joined late, so I wasn't sure if you'd already covered that.
No, I'm looking up right
thanks.
now to look at it. Let's see.
I still love the tradition. I mean, I know a lot of people were doing it, but it's still fun, and I don't care about it. It is treasure hunt. they'll be like, okay, go get, your favorite souvenir from, a vacation, whatever. And those are fun.
Yeah, we did the 90-second scavenger hunt where like you have 90 seconds to go get something that reminds you of the beach. Ready, set, go. Or grab your closest human or stuffed animal or grab something furry. We actually have one coming up where we're doing the virtual adventure around coffee and tea, and then after that they're going into scavenger hunt rooms, and we called the scavenger hunt hot water because we just came from the, and so it's like, but it's more like an escape room where like you have to go through and do these tasks with your team in order to get out of the hot water and make it back into the main room first. And so it's a very inexpensive way. We're having to bring in session admins for each of the rooms and kind of manage it and host it and do that stuff. But as far as actual outlay of hiring talent and doing something like that, it's a much more cost-effective way of engaging people.
Mm-hmm.
What you were mentioning about sending like a pre-experience, like an experience box out to people beforehand, that must be a ton of work, depending on how many attendees you're talking about. Like, what are some of can you show or explain some examples of like how many people or the process to put those together?
They range. I can show you some pictures of some of the ones we've done. So you can see here is one that included alcohol, video conference bingo, the Never Have I Ever paddle that I mentioned. We did one that was a turkey carving event, and so they got the knife and the carving board. The Live Your Bucket List. So we created an event that was a team building for like 15, 17 people, and we asked them what their bucket list item was, and then created some live and some video experiences doing all the things that were on their bucket list. Someone wanted to go on a safari, somebody wanted to see the pyramids of Egypt, somebody wanted to jump with a wingsuit off of a mountain, somebody wanted to go to base camp at Mount Everest, and we brought a Sherpa in, did all of these things, and so their kit included all the stuff for traveling.
I love it. That's so creative.
Our team has gotten really creative because we got tired of sending out 600 boxes for an event and just contributing to the waste. And so they started designing the boxes so that the boxes themselves were part of the experience, and they're like coloring books. And so we'll include the colored pencils in there. So now you can get your box and have the kids color it before you get rid of it, or use it as a house, or make it part of
We got like
oh my
fun,
gosh.
like different colored cotton ball filler. So it's still like, you wouldn't throw that away. It's not like the crinkle paper. And so that was really fun. Just little surprises.
It's just, what would you want, just something that, rather than, early on we were participating in an event and we got the box. It was the swag box, and I opened it up and it was the old school tote bag, and not even a good journal. I am a huge journal book fan. This was like the worst journal. It was like 6 pieces of paper stapled together is what it felt like. And like, it was so like I had gone through the worst trade show and picked up all the leftovers. Like, that's not an experience.
No.
So we try to think through,
not sustainable, but like the packaging that makes sense only if we need it. So it's like you don't have a lot of stuff that you had to throw away. So that's good.
and just make the stuff relevant. That's part of it. So if you're gonna have a Never Have I Ever paddle, freaking play Never Have I Ever. If you're gonna send them a tumbler and champagne, then do a toast. Like, it's gotta have a reason to exist.
Do you specialize in locally sourced? Like, could you take your box and put local small businesses in it?
I would say in mass, right? So if we're doing something and they're all like featuring Austin something or other, we would do the Austin things. I would say we can't do 150 participants, each with stuff from their own city.
No. Yeah, not from their own city. It could be from one place like Austin or.
Mm-hmm. Well, we do a lot of chef events. Chef Alex Fornicelli from Chopped and Iron Chef and all that. So we are doing things with working with a local caterer wherever the customers are and doing the food kit so that they get all the ingredients, and then Chef Alex comes on and leads them through an actual cooking experience with their family. And we're trying to use the local caterers and restaurants so that we're supporting the local areas as well as getting fresh ingredients.
Because it's not, this one was like a higher end, like we overnighted all the things. It's got like stuff has been individually packaged, like here's your sauce base, and they label it, and then whatever. So it's really cool. It's not like the Hello Fresh, which those are awesome too, but this is like very
Yes, higher end. Totally get it.
yeah.
The reason why, because I spoke to one person at one startup the other day, and they, in order to help small businesses, like, small, specialized businesses, they're putting their boxes for their employees and customers together with those items. Specifically, not just restaurants, but anything you can think of, small business locally within their area.
That's so cool. I love that. We have also, I mean, if you're looking to do the food events, I think Wolfgang Puck is doing some, and they've got multiple locations around the US. So if you don't have the resources to go source locally or to go with a big agency to do it, Wolfgang Puck's pricing is extremely reasonable for what they are and who they're offering. And of course, you can pay extra to actually have him, Wolfgang himself, but then you can get the sous chef or whatever doing it. They've got a dessert one. So there's some really cool ones out there.
Yeah.
We like to engage by taking that idea of the mixology class or the cooking class and doing the next step to it and just adding more cultural surround to the experience. So my thought was one of our Chef Francesca ones. So it's in Tuscany, in Diaceroni, where we went on our secret family reunion trip last year. But bringing in Chef Francesca to do a pasta class, and you can either send some ingredients to them, but pasta's like 3 ingredients: water and flour and egg. And you don't need anything else. Most people have all that stuff in their pantry and fridge, and you can do the cooking class, and then maybe you add it on with like the truffle hunt experience or the sommelier. And so it's not just a cooking class, or it's not just a tasting class. Have some experience with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's fun even just taking something like, a lot of people, if you're looking to offer something different, but they keep saying something that you're like, oh, that's either so boring or everybody else is doing that. One would be to consider that maybe they haven't done that before, and that still might be cool for them. Or for example, like a mixology class. I don't know anybody that hasn't taken one of those on on a Zoom, but would be to go to the place. So if we were going to do an Irish car bomb, then we're going to go and do it somewhere in Ireland and have the bartender there, and then tell them how to make it, and then we go over and we do something with Malbec in Argentina or whatever it is. So that's a cool way to kind of get other people to go different places to see different things and to spice it up, and now they feel like they've traveled and they learned something really cool.
I liked your idea, Nicole, of the cocktail garnish class, because Lord knows we've all made and drank enough cocktails all in 2020. But what goes on the side of your glass that's beautiful? And so creating that, you get the tools, and how do you make that lemon twist actually look amazing?
Yes. No, I love that. And that's also things, what's really cool is when you propose that the event is at night and the experience is at night, and encourage them to bring their families, because they do a lot during the day. And then they're like, okay, now what am I going to do with I mean, we have had, these people are just like, I can't even tell you. They're like, thank you so much. We send stuff for their kids. That's originally where we got the color box, was so all these parents are at home and they're getting these experience kits, and what are their kids doing all day? So we were going to like tape some markers to the box and be like, here, at least go color the box. So keeping that in mind, those little touches are like, oh, that, like, they feel thought of and special. And that works every time for whatever the actual goal is of the event.
Actually, one of our account directors came up with the idea after buying her grandson diapers, that inside the Huggies box there was drawings. She's like, we could be doing that for our event boxes. We could customize. It doesn't cost that much more to just put a design on a box and have those made. Super cool.
Yeah. So fun.
Well, thank you. This was just kind of a share ideas that we've seen and heard and played with, and most of them that you can do for low cost or free, and you can host yourself. You don't need to bring in outside talent for. I mean, I think that pricing needs to go, like, costs need to go to where the costs need to go, and where you can actually have some engagement and bring some fun without putting that money toward it. So then I think we can all succeed. Now, of course, you want to bring in a host, you want to bring in like a Hey Mr. DJ. He was awesome, right? I mean, pay that guy some money and have him do some of the stuff for you, and then run your own scavenger hunt. So you can kind of do the blend of those things.
Do your own stretch break, for sure. Anybody can do that.
I'll pull something.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you all so much, and thanks for hanging out with us today. And enjoy any other sessions you're going to, or have a great, great rest of your week.
Thank you. And there's 2 other sessions going on now in tech and interactive. If you could
All
join.
right.